limits of, it says what? It is a double-ended queue. So double-ended queue is an interface. For this related interface, we are going to discuss a method called as, sorry, a class called as array DQ. All right. Now, this DQ interface extends what? Queue. That means already we know what are the methods that are present in queue. Okay. In the same way here also, we are getting all the methods of queue because your DQ is going to extend what? Queue, and declares the behavior of double-ended queue. That means it is going to take the properties from queue interface, and this DQ is going to act as what? Double-ended queue. Already you know what is meant by double-ended queue. We have seen all these concepts in our data structures. So double-ended queue can function as standard first in first out. That double-ended, that means whatever the element we are going to insert from one side will be removed from another end. Okay, so it can be act as first in first out queue or last in first out. That means what? Whatever the element first is going to be stored, next three elements are there, first element will be stored last, and I'm going to retrieve from forward side. That means what? First element is going to be retrieved. So we can use in any way. That means last in first out we can use, or first in first out we can use this DQ interface. Double-ended queue, already you know the properties of this double-ended queue. Okay, now, so here generally we in this DQ method we are getting some exceptions. Already we know about these exceptions. So first exception is what? Methods throw a class cast exception when an object is incomplete. Already we know that if we are going to insert some, let us consider integer or for example string type of object into your DQ. If all 6 elements I have inserted, all 6 elements are DQ elements only, sorry, string elements only into DQ. Now I am trying to insert an integer into the DQ. What happens? You are going to get a class cast exception. Don't worry, all these things we are going to see in the below class, that is array DQ. Next one is what? A null pointer exception is thrown if an attempt is made to store a null object and null elements are not allowed in the DQ. As we know that null objects are not allowed in this DQ. Already we know about in the queue also. Illegal state. So illegal state exception means what? It is going to be thrown if an attempt to made a add a element, or that means let us consider generally, remember one point here, DQ is having restrictions on size of a DQ. Remember that this DQ interface is having a restrictions, but when we go to class called as array DQ, there are no restrictions. If there is a restriction for this DQ, let us consider the size of your DQ is restricted to 10, for example. If I want to insert a 11th element at starting, is it possible? All 10 elements are filled. If I want to insert a element at first position or last position, already DQ is full. Where I have to insert? So we are going to get what? Illegal state exception. Okay, that state is not correct, so it is going to give you illegal state exception. Next, no such element exception. That means if you are going to, when this no such element exception is going to throw, means if you are going to attempt to remove an element from an empty DQ, already you know that if nothing is present in your DQ, if you are trying to remove some element which is not present in DQ, it is going to give you what? Whatever you are searching, that is not present here. It will say there is no such element. Whatever element you want to delete, that is not present here. Okay, these are the different type of exceptions that are possible in our DQ. Okay, so already we know about all these things. Add first means what? It is going to insert the element at first of the DQ. So see, inserts the specified element at the front of the DQ if it is possible to do so immediately without violating capacities. Let us consider this example is what means, don't remember last point, because if restriction is there we cannot insert, if restriction is not there we can insert. That they are discussing that. So don't think about the restrictions, because whatever the class we are seeing after this DQ, that is a array DQ, there is no restrictions, so no problem we are going to have. Okay, but DQ is going to provide restrictions, but your array DQ is not going to provide restrictions. Okay, so don't think about these restrictions here. So inserts an element at the first of the DQ, front of the DQ. Add last, it is going to add an object at the last. So if you see here, E is there. In some cases we can write E, or in our textbooks or in some internet we can see object also. Object means what? It can receive any type. In the same way, E means what? It also can receive any type. Okay, just it is a concept of generics if you see that. Okay, next, iterator, descending iterator. Already we have seen this concept. Descending iterator means what happens? The elements that are present in your DQ are going to be iterate in descending order. Okay. So see, returns an iterator over the elements in the DQ in reverse sequential order. Okay. Next, get first. Get first means what? Whatever the element that is there in DQ, in first it is going to return. Get last means what? Last element is going to be return. Offer first. Already you know this one. We are going to see about offer. There is a differences between offer and put. We have seen in previous classes. So see, inserts a specified element at the front of the DQ unless it would violate a capacity restriction. Same here also. Next, offer last. It is going to give you last. So peak first, that means top of the element it is going to give, but it is not going to remove. Peak last. Peak last means what? It is going to get the element of the last, but it is not going to remove. Next, so main difference between peak first, peak last, and our get first, get last are nothing but we are going to get an exception. Already we have seen these concepts. Next, pole first. Pole first means what? Removing, retrieving and removing. Whenever it is going to remove, it is going to return some value. Next, pole last, same. Pole first and pole last are same. That is going to pole first, this is going to remove last one, and it is going to return something, the value. Popping the element. Going to apply, if you are going to use your DQ as a first in, first out stack, we can apply pop. That means top of the stack is going to be removed. Push means insertion. Next, remove first. Remove first means what? It is going to remove the element that is present in first. Remove first occurrence. So if you are having a, let us consider, if you are having multiple things in your A, B, C, A is there in your queue. So if you want to delete only first occurrence of your object A, then we have to use a remove first occurrence of A. Then only first occurrence will be removed. Remove last. Last element of DQ is going to be removed and it is going to return. So next one is what? Boolean remove last occurrence. Last occurrence. I have said you that A, B, C, A is there. It is not going to remove first A, it is going to remove last A. These are the different methods that are present in our DQ interface. Okay. Don't worry. Why I am such fastly, why I have discussed it fastly means the reason is already we have discussed this concept in your queue. So I have discussed somewhat fast. If you want to know about all these things, you can see once again my previous videos so that you can understand what is the difference between this poll last and get last and all these things. Okay, right. Today we are going to discuss array queue. This is the last topic I am going to discuss. So already I have discussed that your DQ is an interface which already extends queue. That means all the properties of queue is present in your DQ. Additionally, whatever the methods it is present till now we have discussed. So totally all the methods of DQ and Q are present in DQ now. So array DQ is a class which is going to implement DQ. That means all the methods of DQ is implemented by array DQ. That means till now whatever we have discussed here, that all concepts are going to be applied in this program now. Then you can understand clearly. Now, here it adds no method. Array DQ is not going to add the methods it on its own. That means whatever the methods it is going to take from Q and your DQ, it is going to implement them. On its own, it is not going to add anything. See, array DQ creates a dynamic array and it has what? No capacity restrictions. When we are going to see a DQ, it is having some capacity restrictions. But here array DQ is not going to restrict the capacity. Right. Now here also we are having three different constructors. First one, empty constructor, initial size is 16. Next, if you don't want initial size, initial capacity as 16, if you want to keep your own capacity, we are going to place, we are going for second constructor. In the same way, if you want to uh, take the elements from this array DQ into sorry, any of the DQ implemented class into our array DQ, I have to go for third one. That means what? Let us consider array DQ is one of the implementation class of your DQ. In the same way, if any other classes that are present which are implementing your DQ, if you want to bring the elements of those class to this DQ, so we are going to, or any collection. See here, we can see that collection. So the third constructor creates a DQ that is initialized with the elements of collection. Directly, if I say that if you want to get the elements of, let us consider array list. there are a group of elements present in a array list. If we want to bring them to this array DQ, we have to use third constructor. Third constructor looks like what? Array DQ array DQ space A equal to new array DQ of, for example, we are having a array list called as L. In bracket, I will write what? L. Whatever the elements that are present in L, now those are going to be stored in array DQ A. Now, whatever the elements that are present in A will have the properties of array DQ, so that we can function, we can perform the operations on the DQ according to these DQ operations. If we want to perform the operations of DQ when the elements are present in list, it is not possible. So what I have to do, I have to interconvert list to array DQ. That is going to be done in third constructor. Anyway, so in this example, we can see clearly. Don't worry. So I will execute this program for your understanding purpose. Don't worry, in this example, we can see all the methods. Okay, every method, whatever we have discussed in in DQ, all the methods will be seen here. So 1 minute, it is taking some time. Anyway, before seeing that, before going to see the example, okay, we will see the program directly. No problem. Oh, sorry.
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, now I have stored this program. So I will execute this program. Okay, array DQ demo.java. So, okay, no errors are there. So now see, we are going to get an output. So if you see, if you compare the program with this stepwise, you can understand clearly. Okay, now see, I will show the program here. You can see both the program and your output here. So see here. Okay, now see, first one. Here I am going to create one DQ. So where I have restricted DQ to store only integer values. Okay, so you can see that what is the size I have given? Only 10. Size is going to be 10. Now, next, if you see here, I'm going to add what? Element 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Now tell me in your DQ object, how many elements are there? Only 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. 5 elements are there. Now already you know why we are going to, this is a enhanced for. So first I am going to print all the elements. First element is what? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So element, first is for printing what? 10, next 20, next loop 30, 40, 50. So first loop is completed. Next, after that, what I'm going to use? I'm going to use a method called as clear. So dq.clear. Okay. Now all elements in the DQ is going to be removed. That means 10, 20, 30, 40 elements are going to be removed by using a clear method. Next, again, I'm going to use what? Here I have used what? Add. Now I'm going to use what? Add first. So first I'm going to insert, initially nothing is present. So I'm going to use what? 564. Only one element is present. That is also first element. That is 564. Next, what I am telling, add first of 291. Already first element is what? 564 is there. Now 291 is going to be added as a first element. Now tell me, in your DQ what will be there? 291 will be there and also 564 will be there. Okay. Next, see here. After that, I have inserted add last 24. Now see that first element is 291, next one is 564, next one is 24, and again I'm going to add last 14. That means 291, 564, 24, and 14 are the elements that are present in DQ now. Now I'm going to iterate them so that you can see the order in which they are present. So if I'm going to print that, you are going to get this order. See here. 291. First, which one is inserted? 564 inserted. Okay, one element is only there. Next, what we are saying? Add first of 291. That means only one element is there. 291 has to be added first. Don't see these two things now. Okay, these two elements are there now. Next, what I'm saying? DQ dot add last of 24. Now it is the last element, so it is going to add last. Again, one more element is going to be added last. That means added last means after this only the element has to be added. So these are the elements that are present in your DQ. Sir, this is an order what I am having. I want a reverse order. Already we are having a method called as what? Descending iterator. So if you use descending iterator, what happens? It is going to print in reverse order. See this order and see this order. Okay, right. Next, element method. Already we know about this elements method. So if you want to see, if you see this one, element method, what is going to printed here? System head element using element. So head element using element is what? 291. Just in this, it is going to print as 291, but the elements that are present in DQ is this one only. Okay. So head element is what? If I want to print a head element, we are going to get what? So here I am going to print what? DQ dot element. It is going to give me first element. Okay. Next, I want get first. See here, 291 is generated. Again, get first also same. What is the difference between this element and get first? There will be a difference in your exception. That's it. There is no such much difference when compared to these two. Next, last element. I'm going to use what? Whenever I'm going to see last element. So see, I'm using a method called as DQ get last. It is going to give me what? Last element. So what is the last element that is present here? 14. So it is going to give me 14. After that, which method is used? After get last, I'm going to use to array. This is also one important method. If I want to convert the elements that are present in your DQ as an array, I have to use a method called as to array. Now all the elements of DQ are going to be converted into array, and it is going to store where? ARR. Now tell me, what are the elements of ARR? The elements of ARR are 291, 564, 24, and 14. So let us print that. So first I will ask you what? Array dot length. What is array dot length? What are the elements that are present in array? Only 4 elements are present. So the size of array ARR is 4. So if you see that, you will get here 4. Okay. Next, I want to print those elements in array. Okay. So here, so see, I dot array length is what? 4. So all the elements are going to be printed here. So we can see all the elements here. Sorry, no, here. Now, head element. What is the head element we are having? Generally, this is an array. I'm applying on DQ only. So I'm applying DQ dot see peak. Peak means what is the top element? 291 I am having. So it is going to return you what? In this here 291. Pole means what? It is going to remove the element. Okay. Okay. So see, these two are commented. Sorry. These two are commented. So these two are not executed. So after that, what happens here? So array dot all elements of array are printed here. After that, what I am doing? Here I have printed 1 minute. Okay, this is printed. This is okay, 1 minute. 1 minute. So this is printed. Yes, this is executed. So here we are going to get what? 291. After that, dq dot poll. So here what happens? It has to poll the element. Okay, and it is going to give you what? 2365. Okay, we will see this one, no problem. Next, after that, we are going to push the elements. Pushing the elements means what? Into a stack, first in, first out, it follows. So it's going to insert what? So 265 is going to be inserted. After that, 984 is going to be inserted. Okay, so only 265 inserted. Next one, 984 inserted. But where is 984? Here 984 is there. After that, we are going to apply push. That is 2365 is inserted. So here some disturbance is there in our program. So here these two are not at I think 1 minute. Once again, I will execute this program so that you can get a clear clarity. After printing array, here we have printed. So that okay, right. Sorry. Here we are correct only we are having. See here. Peak means what? Head element it is going to give you. So what is the head element we are having here? So it is reverse order. So 291 is there. So it is going to give you. Pole means what? While it is going to remove, it is going to return and it is going to give me. That means 291 is removed from my DQ. So here 291 is removed. Yes, correct. Next, pushing what? 265. So 265 will be inserted here. Next, sorry, after here. Next one, 984. 984 also will be inserted. Next one, what? 2365 will be inserted. So 2365 also inserted. After that, what I applied? Head element remove. That means what? Above this one, above this statement, what we are having here means, that means before this step, what we are having? 2365, 984, 265, 564, 24, and 14 are the elements. Okay. So what I am applying? Remove. Remove means what? It is going to remove the element that is at the top. So we are going to remove the element that is what? 2365. After removing, I have printed here so that you are going to get what? Finalize this one. So before going to remove, if I print, that means if the same thing is going to print, then you can observe clearly what is going to be happened here. So it is the case. So if I save this one, then it will be clear to you. Okay. So see this one. Okay, see this one. Right. If you observe, you can get clearly. So here, after inserting all these elements, that means here what happens? 291 is printed and 291 is removed. So 291 is removed. See here. If you see here, nothing is there. Next, after that, after removing 291, what will be there? 564, 24, and 14 are there. Okay. Next, here after inserting what? 265, it is going to be inserted in what? Last in, first out, because push means what? Stack. So 265. Next what? 984. Next what? 2365. After that, what I am doing? I am going to print the array. So you're going to get all the elements of an array. After that, I am applying remove. That means it is going to remove what? Head element. So 2365 is removed. And if I print the array finally, DQ, I am going to get what? 984 and remaining elements. So this is about your DQ.